Riker.
I'm Cool Maddie.
All right, and it's Dark Forces 2. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is Dark Forces 2. It's pretty much a first-person shooter that utilizes force speed and force jump to go really fast and break the game with the inclusion of a bonus or a boost with explosives. Although this is a first-person shooter, I'm mostly going to play in third-person just because it makes it easier to move around. Because one of the main mechanics in this game is strafe running, which is running diagonally, pretty much accelerating forward and sideways to give you a little bit boost of speed. Another thing to note is in this game, when you collect all the secrets in a level, you get a 4-star, which helps from a boost. It's like a rating system that allows you to put points and powers, and one of those powers is force speed, which allows you to go ridiculously fast. So I want to get that as soon as possible, and then that's why I'm getting all the secrets. And then I cleared the guys over there, so that when I get the secret over here and I try and get it back onto the elevator, I will make it in time without any resistance from any of those grands, which are really annoying and body block you a lot. Here, I'm just killing more of these enemies and waiting for these elevators. The first level is pretty slow. You're just moving through a bunch of corridors and trying to get the secrets, of course. But as the game progresses, it gets a lot better.
Yeah, by level 4, he starts picking up a little bit.
Yeah. And then right after unit gets really exciting. You'll see why soon.
So one of the bad things about this level is, of course, since these are tight hallways and there's a lot of enemies, they can get in your way a lot, which can obviously impede your time because you have to kill them. And then when you kill them, you can't. There's like a brief moment where you have to wait for them to die so that their body doesn't keep body blocking you. And here I have to press a button, and so I was trying to shoot them so that those guys wouldn't body block me and get in the way and waste a little bit more time.
So this is secret right here. He just picks up thermal detonators. So coming up in the next level, he has a couple jumps that he's going to use those thermal detonators to get better height, and it allows him to skip a lot of the level.
Yep. So at the end, you saw that I got a 4-star for getting all the secrets. So yeah, this is level 2. It's actually the longest level in the game. It's around about 3 minutes and 20 seconds long. Just makes it so long as you have to wait for a whole bunch of elevators and you're doing a whole bunch of walking. But thankfully there's quite a bit of skips that you can use to get through a little bit more quickly. And I'm also trying to preserve my shields because I'll also be doing a bunch of grenade jumps with those thermal detonators that I did get in the previous level. And here I gotta be careful about these Gamorrean guards. They have really big hitboxes and they can push you and knock you off when you'd fall down. And they also do shield ignoring damage, so it's good that I didn't actually get hit by them. So here I'm killing this guy and I'm gonna do the first grenade jump. Let's see how it goes. Oh, close. There
nice.
You go.
Nice.
So that saves about like 10 seconds, and every time you miss it, it's only like a 5-second loss.
Yeah, so what he did there was he used the secondary attack. Each weapon that you have in the game has a primary and a secondary. The secondary for thermal detonators is it allows it to just sit and hang out for a bit, as opposed to instant detonation as soon as you throw it, or whenever it actually touches something. So he drops the first two to act as kind of like a little a setup so that the explosion happens at the same time as he drops the third one, which gives him extra height. And he's going to do the same thing coming up right here.
Yep. So then I kill this guy. This one is actually more important. It saves about 30 seconds. Nice guy, first try.
Good job.
That's the hardest one in the game, by the way.
So usually you'd have to wait for this little block that you just saw to my left. You'd have to wait for it 3 times, and it takes like 30 seconds each time. So doing those jumps that I just did to cross the gap and that thermal detonator saves a whole bunch of time, 1.5 minutes. It's really useful. That little fall right there is pretty tricky as well. These elevators, you usually have to wait for them, but you can actually just ride across the side, which makes it really helpful.
You also notice as he crossed that gap to skip those elevators, he actually whipped his mouse over. And this game, whenever you have momentum in a certain direction, if you whip your mouse in a different direction, it carries that momentum with you. So that's what allowed him to actually make it over those gaps.
Yep, and here I'm just waiting. I triggered like an elevator sequence, so I'm just getting a bunch of extra supplies while I wait. So then I get more thermal detonators. There's quite a bit of thermal detonators in the jumps in the next few levels, and after that, I don't really need them. And I also got 200 shields. It's not so important in the next level because you can always get extras, but there is this Grant up here that also throws thermal detonators at you, but he didn't aggro, so I didn't have to worry about him. And here's a Rhodian just trying to shoot you. Sometimes he's bad because he can stop your momentum and then you lose all your speed and you have to build it back up. And right there I just killed the rest of the enemies to end the level. So this is level 3. This one's actually a really short level, but even though it's really short, there's a series of jumps that are really time-saving. First one's up here. You pretty much skip falling in this hole. It saves like 3 seconds. This jump right here, it skips you having to find a key so you can unlock a door. The next jump skips a whole bunch of the main puzzle in this level where you have to find a bunch of levers and keys so you can make a new path. And I'll be getting it with the thermal detonator jump right there.
It's also important to note that he's making this look like it's nothing, but these are all ridiculous. Like every single one of these jumps that he just pulled off, like, requires a pretty good amount of practice to be able to pull off.
Yeah, the physics hit collision is like spherical, so you just kind of slide off of everything, and makes it very hard to get anywhere.
So now we have a lightsaber and we're a Jedi. So that one force star that I got in level 1, I use it for the level 1 force speed in this level. And although it's kind of early, you don't get the full benefits of speed. It's still helpful in multiple scenarios in this level.
Yet another thermal detonator jump. The bane of my existence.
So interesting note, walking on this water actually speeds you up, and then when you jump at this point, it's a little push that gives you a bunch of extra speed. So here I'm switching to my detonator. I also have to be careful about how much shields I have and how many detonators I have, but thankfully I got the extra ones in level 2, so I don't really have to worry too much. I always have to be careful on this water because it can actually like push you out of the way and kill you, so it's always better safe. And here is that TD jump right there. Nice.
Nice.
So pretty much that jump, it's the combination of diagonal running, level 1 force speed, and the thermal detonator gives me enough speed to make that gap. That skips like 40 seconds because usually you have to do a bunch of swimming to raise the water so you can get across. So it's really helpful. It makes getting all the secrets in level 1 worth it. And here I'm just doing a bunch of water skimming. If you jump as soon as you land in the water, you can just jump up and it saves a little bit of time. All right,
go ahead.
You can go, you can do it.
Okay, so coming up here, what he's doing is he's actually killing himself so that his leg clips through the wall. This game recognizes Kyle's body even when he's dead. So if you can actually make it to the end level trigger with Kyle's body, whether or not he's dead or alive, you actually trigger the end of the level. So what he did was he blew himself up, clipped himself through the door, and finished the level.
Yep, and for completing that level, we get 2 extra force points, so now we have level 3 force speed, so things start getting a little bit faster in this level.
Just a little.
Yeah, it's cool to note that after this game, force speed treats the game as if everything else slows down around you, and everything is just really slow, but it makes it seem as if your reaction time is crazy. But in this game, it actually makes you that much faster. So you have to be just that much better, and it's crazy.
So the interesting thing about this level is we're gonna get the rail detonator, which is essentially a rocket launcher. So it pretty much gives us the ability to do a bunch of rocket boosts. And here I get that right here, and I also get shields to fuel my rocket jumps that are gonna come up. And I also got a secret in that level. And since that's the only secret in this level, I get an extra 4-star, which allows me to get force jump, level 3 force jump in the next level. And that's the first rocket jump right there. Here's a little skip that we can not do right there. Right there you go. All right, that's usually you have to raise a bridge so that you can get across. But doing that in combination with that skips a whole bunch of that, and there's like a whole bunch of triggers and invisible stormtroopers that could possibly shoot me. That vent jump right here is kind of tricky. Oh, nice. There it is. So getting that first try saves about 13 seconds. You don't have to wait for the elevator to go all the way back up. And here I'm triggering an elevator so I can get to the end of the level, but I want to conserve my shield, so I'm hiding under this and doing timing lightsaber swings so that I know when the elevator returns. And it's about 7 of them. This is to avoid all these stormtroopers firing me, because I'm about to do, and then in a couple levels I'm going to do a whole bunch of rocket jumps. And see, I got 3 force points in there, and I put it into force jump. And this is the first boss fight in the game. He's young. He's actually pretty easy. It only takes like 4 hits to hit him. But there's a little random variable in the beginning where he either force jumps, and I kind of want him to force jump so I can force jump as well and hit him while he's in midair. And I also don't like to fight him on that slope. His hitbox is kind of wacky if you end up fighting him there.
Nice.
And he ended up jumping. I didn't hit him though, but that's fine because I'm not fighting him on that slope. And then that ends, and I open the secret door over here, and it actually has shields right there. So even if I did get hit in that previous level, it doesn't really matter. First, to kill those guys, open the ceiling right here, do a rocket jump out of here. Rocket jump, or force jump to this. Do a rocket force jump from this building to this building.
He just jumped around an invisible wall, by the way.
Kill that.
Kills a turn so he doesn't get shot while he's doing this.
Alright, I'm gonna safety save right there.
So that whole thing I mentioned about blowing yourself up into the trigger, or the end level trigger, he's going to do that again right here. And he's skipping the entire level. Normally you have to go down through the palace, back around, jump over to another area, go up an elevator, down a long hallway, and then you finally get to the point where he's blowing himself up to now.
And I have to land into that little gray area right there. Let's see if I can get it back a little bit. That looks really good.
Nice.
There it is, and that ends the level.
So then we get to sit, hang out, and the cutscene plays while we watch Kyle just lay there dead.
Yeah, pretty much. And after this level, we get 2 more 4-stars, which we can use for level 4 force speed and force jump, and that's when the run starts getting really fun.
Well,
I'm
if we're
excited.
waiting, would it be okay if we write a few donations for you?
Sure, go for it.
All right, we have $50 from Punchinello. I have no idea what half of these games are, but I'm still utterly fascinated. Take my money. Thank you so much. 200 from Ambiguous Frog Bomb. I never get to see Dark Forces get speedrun. Good excuse as any to donate to cancer prevention. Absolutely.
Alright, so this is Fuel Station. It's the second longest level in the game. It clocks at around like 3 minutes or so. It's mostly a bunch of waiting around because there's a bunch of fuel doors that I'm pretty much gonna have to open. Yeah, whoops. That's a little close right there. But at least I have level 4 force speed. The one bad thing about it is I have to be careful when I run into walls because you can actually take damage when you're in the walls. So I'm always concerned about running into them.
I do that quite often when I'm playing.
And I did it right there.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, now, this little crevice here. Oh my, first time, every time, I don't get it. That little hole is the hardest thing to jump into in this game, and all it does is give you a little back to tank, which gives you a little bit extra health. It's avoidable, like you don't necessarily need it, but it's definitely helpful to have, and it's really, really annoying to try and get, and of course he gets it first try.
Unfortunately, this is I have to wait, before I can open the next door, I have to wait for the previous door to close or an alarm goes off, and it's pretty annoying. And it wastes like 5 seconds because you have to actually wait for the alarm to go off before you can even open the door. So this is pretty much one of the last few, it's pretty much the longest waiting point. But it ends right there. Oh, there's that little alarm I was talking about. So I hit it a little too soon. Let's go over there. Open. Thankfully, these doors right here open and close a lot faster than the previous ones do. There we go. And here I'm gonna end up, I have to be really careful because these tubes are like they increase my speed so much, and if I hit the wall, I insta-die. Thankfully I didn't get propelled into the wall this time. Go into that vent, get some more sequencers. They're pretty much those mines that I was collecting, that I used in the previous level. I killed that Trandoshan for his concussion rifle, which is pretty much a AoE blaster rifle. It's really helpful in the next level. And here I do a rocket force jump right there to avoid having to ride that elevator. Unfortunately, this elevator's too long for that, so I gotta wait a little bit.
You can do some donations here as well.
Great. Well, I have one that might be directed. $50 from Star Logic. First time donating. Good luck on the JK Run Piper. Don't forget the concussion rifle. About time we got JK at this marathon. Thanks for the $50, JK.
Pretty much I just force jump all the way to the top. I use all my force and force speed, just enough. So I was counting those red and white checker marks. There's 7 of them that I have to count before I get to the end. And then this is pretty much the end of the level.
Yeah, it's also something really cool to note, is that all these force powers are actually mapped out perfectly so that by the end of the level you've used every bit of speed, every bit of jump, like everything that you could possibly use. It's all from the same pool. But each one has their own value of how much force that they use, and you'll see as we get some more force powers coming out in the run here shortly.
So this level pretty much is the main reason why I need the concussion rifle. There's a bunch of force fields I have to, okay, that's cool. I have to shoot so I can progress, and they're really small, so it's a lot easier to go up there and shoot them with an AoE kind of gun like that. I also have to be careful, my health's kind of low. And I'm also gotta shoot these force fields just so I can progress and turn off that fan. And I'm also gonna float into this window instead of taking the elevator, because the elevator actually takes a long time. It saves about 7 seconds. You have to wait for it to go down, so it's easier just to fly through that window. And this is the end of the level. It's time for the second boss fight. And I also put one in the force scene. This little boss right here, that's their little brothers or something. The little one likes to go invisible, so that I put that extra force point in there just so I can see him.
They're really cute.
Yeah.
He's got a big lightsaber.
Literally every boss in this game is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Look at it. Both of them.
Kyle doesn't even have arms.
Big ugly and little ugly. I can't take it.
That little guy's up there. That's kind of bad just because this hitbox becomes a little weird. Oh, there it is. Cool.
Nice.
Thankfully it went well, and then I got a bunch of Bacta. So the max back that you can hold is 5. So I have 5 right there. This level is pretty interesting. You usually have to get a whole bunch of keys so you can rotate this bridge around depending on what key you have. But you pretty much skip all of that in a second with the series of jumps. First one's from this door to this door. Alright, dude. And whoops. Alright. Go over to this bridge. Force jump from there to this one, and then jump to that little green door. It's actually, the hardest one is actually jumping to that green door. There we go.
There we go. Very nice.
Yeah, these movements he's making are very difficult because he carries so much momentum, you'll slide right back off.
Yeah, you can't explain enough, just like trying this yourself is it's crazy.
No simple feat.
And I'm just waiting for the level.
It's really impressive to see.
So here I'm breaking these circuit panels so I can get rid of the force field. So then we go over here into this one.
It's just a slight concussion, he's fine.
I also have to be concerned with my shields in this level because I end up doing a sequencer rocket jump that's coming up at the end of the level. But thankfully I didn't get hit by any of those guys, those stormtroopers. Jump over here, nice. Break this grate up here, kill the stormtrooper, put the sequencer down, get my rail detonator, and rocket force jump all the way up there. It boosts me up there. Now I don't have to wait for the elevator. And also right there, I put 3 points in a dark side force power that triggers the dark side ending, which is actually about 50 seconds faster than the light side ending, just because there's cutscenes for the bosses. I guess they got lazy and decided they didn't want to put dialogue in them, so they cut straight to the boss fight. So I pretty much skipped those cutscenes, which is really helpful. Unfortunately, I couldn't skip this one. I gotta watch it. And this guy's got no legs.
He does it a little more ugly. It's fine.
So this boss actually has multiple phases. So after I hit him 2 times, he starts going to the next phase. But I'm gonna body block him behind this tower and kill him before he can even get there.
Nice.
Alright, so in this level, you pretty much are running to a falling ship and trying to get to your ship before it crashes. And they give you like a 5-minute limit or something, but I don't need that. I get there in like 20 seconds. Unfortunately, there's nothing really. It looks kind of weird just because everything's all slanted and stuff. But I also have to wait for my ship. Usually you have to run around and get to that other side, that door over there, and lower a bridge so you can walk across. But the ship is actually the trigger to the level, and so all I gotta do is wait for it to get below that door and then jump. And that's the end of the level. Alright, so this is Yun again. Since I went dark side, I had to fight him again, and see this cutscene is extremely short.
Yeah, normally you have to fight Cirrus, who's another enemy, and that cutscene is significantly longer than the one you just watched.
Oh man.
A lot of speaking.
This guy's in the water. So usually it takes like 5 or 6 hits to hit him, but he's getting really good at blocking today. Alright. One more should do it. Nice. Alright, kill him, and then just get this extra bacta. So I should have 5 for the rest of the level. So here I'm putting force speed right away, even though I don't really need it, so I can get to the... So it stops at a time that I actually need it to stop. So
the other thing about going dark side is if you go light side, you have a force power called force protection, which takes up to 200 damage without actually applying it to yourself. So it allows you to do all these rail jumps and all the craziness without actually having to worry about conserving your health at all. Going dark side, however, you have to really pay attention to everything you're doing because every bit of damage is of the utmost importance to maintain and keep your health as high as possible.
Yeah, and that trick that I just did right there, I put a sequencer charge on a force field. I turned off the force field, but the sequencer was still floating in midair, and then I detonated it with a force jump, and then I did a rocket jump the rest of the way so that I couldn't make it, so I wouldn't have to wait for the elevator. Wait for speed to end right there. Ooh, that was really close.
Barely. For once, the momentum helped you.
Yeah. Usually you would have enough, you have to be really concerned about your health, just because of, let's go over here. You do have to be concerned about your health, just because you're doing all those jumps, like Striker said, without the protection. And right there, I went through this airfield door. Usually you're not allowed to go that way, but I was able to with the level 4 force speed and diagonal running. It's just enough to go against the air current. And here I'm just getting more extra shields and riding up this elevator with another rocket force jump. Go up here, kill him. Uh-oh. Getting really close. I know I didn't force jump up here, so I'm gonna go really slow. Alright, I have 2 health. I got this. There's 1 enemy.
Nice.
Nice. Even if he kills me now, it's alright. Alright, this is level 18. It's just it's more, you have to run through the level pretty much 2 times, because you have to get a key so that you can open a door to lower a box to progress the level. It's But I had to, usually if you were going light side, you have this force power that lets you go invisible, so those enemies wouldn't be in your way. Unfortunately, this is dark side, so those enemies are in my way, so it wastes a whole bunch of time. Just because they like to get in your way and they like to shoot you, stuff like that. So here I'm lowering this box. That key I got opened that door, and now I can go to this box, get some extra shield. As you can see, there are all these guys in my way right there. Force jump, get this super shield and extra sequencers for the final bosses. Get to this. And this lowers the door to open the next box, and you can actually clip through this guy and break your fall. Alright, let's see. Break your fall on this little slope right here. Nice.
I die there a lot.
And get some more sequencers. Open this door. And then kill these guys with the concussion rifle. I have super shield, so that ignores damage from your shields. Everything but impact damage, so running to the walls would still do damage. Unfortunately, it ended right there. Alright, so I'm going to do another concussion force jump. Kill that guy right here. Get those shields, and then go to the end of the level. And fall through here, and that's the end of this level. Alright, this is the last level before the final two boss fights. It's a whole bunch of... You're just running, pretty much. That's all you do in this game, is you run and you use a bunch of rock explosives. What's different about this level is there's a lot of tight corridors you gotta run into, long hallways. And this one is actually kind of dark in there. There's a dragon right there. I gotta be careful if he bites me. He does like 30 shield ignoring damage, which probably would have killed me. And here I get to the end, and this is a puzzle that I pretty much have to do. I just hit this block. I have to hit each of those buttons 2 times, and then I gotta hit this button 5 times. And that's the puzzle to get to the end of this level.
Well, thanks, you ruined it for everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry. And at the end, I didn't spoil what was at the end of the level. So that's coming up pretty soon. Alright, I'm at this guy. So at the end of the level is an ATST. And he takes about 4 or 5 rail deaths to kill him. Right there, and then this guy right here has the red key to end the level. I killed him. And then we're on to the final 2 boss fights. So usually you'd kill these guys with your lightsabers, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use sequencers.
So the cool thing about this is he's stacking all these sequencers, but it's not actually the sequencers that are going to kill the boss. It's the speed at which he flies away from the sequencers into the wall. So
yeah, he's dead. Alright, now this is the final boss fight. He's a little more annoying than Bach is, just because he doesn't like to cooperate. Let's hope I can get it though. Jump over here, just so that he won't bother me at the beginning of this tower. And also time might be coming up real soon.
And these obviously don't activate until you actually walk away from them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Alright, now let's wait for him. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh no. So pretty much I need him to get through that gap right there so that he can fall down and
buddy.
yeah, it's not cooperating. Oh no, that's yeah, that's another thing that he might be too far away as well.
This is how a Jedi fights, by the way.
Yes. Oh no.
come on.
Yeah, he's almost there. Okay, I will.
As soon as he dies.
Yeah, he is.
There'll be a
Come
loud
on.
bang and you.
Yeah. Oh no. No, not there. He ran into me. Well,
What a jerk.
wow, he's really...
He's getting smart today.
He knows.
He doesn't want this run to end. He's having too much fun.
He's having too much fun. Alright, let's go.
Come on, buddy.
That one's good. There it is.
There he is.
All right.
Time. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. and your PB is.
Yeah, it's like 2642. So,
There you go.
considering that end, I like that.
Yeah.
So that's Dark Forces 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome back. That was